we can go ahead with questions.
Cam, it took a little bit of patience tonight for things to kind of break open. Take us through kind of the vibe of the game, kind of from the start. You guys are trailing, things aren't working quite right, kind of slowly built momentum, and then it felt like once it started rolling, it was just like it was coming downhill the rest of the game. What was it from your perspective?
For me, it's just kind of doing what I always do, is just kind of figuring out what type of game we're going to have and figuring out what works, and so that way we can relay it on the sideline. Hey, this is working, this isn't working. And I think I had maybe like one run early in the first quarter, and then later on in the game, we kind of see like some stuff forming up on the inside. And, you know, we just kind of relayed that message back, like, hey, this is working, and they can't stop it. So, you know, Coach Barbay and the O-line, they got together, you know, and Coach Clark, you know, we're going to run the ball. And, you know, for me, it was about staying patient because, you know, I know with that run game, especially when you got guys in the box like that, that can be tough to get some yardage. But, you know, the more patient you are and you wear them down and you just keep going, that eventually one's going to pop. You know, that's what I told the running backs is just stay patient. Like, we're one broken tackle away from scoring. So just keep doing what we're doing and don't stop.
It was a little bit of a wrinkle in the offensive line this week, a change that took place. You know, as you watched those guys during practice this week and then saw them start to kind of gel in that new formation together during the game, you know, was there kind of a point at which it looked like it just all kind of snapped into place and all of you were really running successfully behind that group after that?
Yeah, I think it was the drive going into halftime when we scored. We kind of made it a point of emphasis that we want to run the ball, and the O-line made that point of emphasis that we want to run the ball and stop throwing the ball like they wanted to run the ball. And they had that grit, that attitude to go out there and attack. And, you know, for me, they look at me as like, you know, you just do your job. And, you know, they doing their job, it makes my job a lot easier. So I can't thank those guys enough for, you know, the way they came together and the way they kept fighting. Even when we're down, like, we're never really down. And that's the thing I love about those boys. And, you know, with that leadership that's on that front. And, yeah, I mean, after that first touchdown, you know, going into the half, we just kind of, like, everybody knew, like, all right, we know what's about to happen in the second half. It's about to be a lot of runs, and I felt like, all right, it's about to be special.
You were in a unique position. You're a leader on this team, but last week you weren't with the team in San Marcos, so you saw it from a different perspective. You know, as you were trying to lend your leadership during this long week and getting prepared for this game, but not having actually been there at Texas State, you know, what was it like for you to try to maybe bring something different, a different perspective into the room, because everybody else that's in there experienced it kind of differently than you did?
Yeah, I mean, watching it's always tough, and not being there is tough. But I think that I've earned enough respect in that locker room to where if I could, you know, I could throw my 2 cents in because, you know, I'm a little more experienced. But, you know, I try not to be the guy who's just like, well, this shouldn't have happened or this shouldn't happen. You know, I want to be the energy guy and, you know, just bring guys along. And, yeah, I mean, the loss was tough, and, you know, I really wish I could have been there. I wanted to be there really bad, but, you know, circumstances came up and I couldn't. But, you know, my whole thing was when we got back and, you know, we go to practice was, you know, to just do my job. And we met with the captains, and it was just like, we just got to up the intensity. And so that's what we did. And I just made sure that every day at practice, you know, I'm running on and off the field. I'm going as hard as I can every single rep. And it doesn't have to be like I don't have to yell at everybody. I don't have to do the rah-rah stuff. That's not really me. I mean, I will if I have to, but that's just not my style. I like to try to lead by example and just bring energy when I can.
Yeah, Cam, you know, before the game, you don't even know, you know, game time decision, your status is up in the air. You know, obviously you weren't there, but the team's coming off the loss to Texas State, and you come into this game I think it was 168 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and then obviously the fantastic second half you had. Just try and describe kind of what this game meant to you, and especially from that second half.
For me, it's just like anytime I miss a game, it hurts it, and I don't like it. I don't like being away from my teammates, and I was itching to get back out there, and especially after the loss, like I felt it, and I may have felt it a little more than them. They were there, but me not being able to contribute, like it eats at my soul, and I made it like up in my mind, like I don't care what it takes the rest of the season. I'm gonna be on that field. I mean, even if my leg could be broken, I'm still gonna go out there and run. Like I don't care, and I just want to be that person. Like I hate being away from the field. So this game really meant a lot to me. Especially with it being a conference game, and it's a must win. Like every game from here on out is must win, and we got to focus on the next one and the next play every time. And if I can, I'll run the ball 100 times before I just let this team down again. So this game really meant a lot to me, and I'm really glad to be back out there with them.
Yeah, then the running back room, you guys had 6 rushing touchdowns. Just what did this game mean for you, or mean for, just showing what this running back room is truly capable of doing?
I've said it all year. You could put any of us in there, and we can go in and get the job done. And that's just not even a test to just the running backs. That goes to the tight ends and the O-line, doing their job. And, when they got that grit and they got that push in them, and we bring in some more fresh legs, and you see, oh well, they got another guy, and then they got another guy. It's really hard for a defense to stop so many fresh and very talented running backs, and that's why we're called No Limit, because anybody can go out there and get the job done, and we're gonna keep coming at you.
Cam, on your second touchdown run, could you feel or see what was happening and helping you get to the end zone? And I guess did that tell you anything about kind of the mentality or attitude for tonight, the way that went down?
Yeah, it definitely showed me like the grit and the attitude. That's honestly, that second one was that was O-line. Isaiah, that was him. I seen the whole, and I felt like, all right, I should score right here, but I got hemmed up a little bit, and all I'm thinking in my mind is all I need is a little bit of push, and then I felt the push in the back. So, and that's just the grit right there. That's all that is grit and want to and wanting to go hard, and that's being there for the other guys. Like that wasn't just a Cam Peoples touchdown. That was an offensive touchdown, and it goes to show the hard work and all the the grit and the commodity that we had and the unity that we had this week. And that's one of those touchdowns, and I'm thankful to the O-line for that one.
I think on one of those last drives, Anderson Castle carried the ball every play, I believe, and it was a 50-yard drive, I believe. I think you were one of the first ones out to greet him and congratulate him when he actually scored. What were your thoughts as he was going through that drive?
Let me see. So he broke, I think maybe it was probably like 15 yards, and I thought he was going to score on that play. And so I'm just like, I know he's itching to get in the end zone. And it's his first drive all game. And, anytime any of those boys get in there, I'm just super excited because I love when the running backs do good. I just love it. It just makes it wears the defense down. And AC is one of those guys. He shows up every day. He works super hard. He doesn't complain. He doesn't talk back. He just goes out there. He does his job. And every time he goes in is turn up the AC, like, because he's going to do his thing every time. He's a hard runner. He's a physical runner. And, I love seeing them boys score, especially AC, man, because, he works so hard. And, like, and a lot of people don't see it, but usually, like, in fall camp and spring camp, AC is always the one who gashes the defense the most. So a lot of people don't see that. But I'm super proud of AC, man. I love that boy.
All right, thank you, Cam.
Thank y'all.